love Jesus. I'm going to smoke this for Dr. Gene Kim. Because I think his arrogance is worse than my smoking. And for a young man to talk about how evil smoking is and how it's one of those sins that we need to stop doing and learn to put our hands together and pray more and not get them sore from playing video games too much. Ooh, those stones he throws. Accuser of the brethren. Wait a minute. I didn't know pastors were supposed to... Is that part of their job? I didn't see that part. And don't you usually say, Dr. Gene Kim, now, double check whatever I'm saying, because I could be lying. Haven't heard that, like a main opening of pastors usually. Bereans, I agree, but I didn't hear a pastor say, oh, I might be lying, double check me. That's why I don't play proof verse games like, see, you do a lot. Because the Christian church, it preaches, 70% those lawyers' letters of Paul. Because he had all that, vocabulary that was so educated and intelligent. Not like those gospels. Oh, that stuff was for the Jews. No, it doesn't apply to us. So, today his new thing is, can JWs go to heaven? And he's proving how they're all confused. Heaven, they won't be able to make it because they're working so hard trying to bring heaven to earth, and they're just nuts. I mean, you could apply it that way, maybe, but you'd have to really be reaching. I mean, you have to, read it literally. And in dispensationalism, Dr. Gene Kim, he learns the right way to read these things. See, there are treasures for us stored up in heaven, so of course we're going to heaven, and it's going to be too big for all of us to fit on earth, so of course we're going to go over there. Besides, we're going to be in heaven with the universe, with all those planets and everything. It's kind of funny, Dr. Gene Kim, but I think those JWs might be thinking quite right, because that's exactly how Jesus talked, and he said, many say they want to follow me, but they don't want to obey my commandments. And if he said the greatest 2 commandments summarize all law and prophets, I think they might be onto something. Maybe they're going a little far and going farther than those 2, but what are you doing in that neighborhood? It's amazing how much you talk about not being a Jew and how that doesn't apply to you. Because you know that dispensationalism so well. But did you realize that in Matthew, Jesus said doctrines of men make sons of hell, and he didn't say only in Israel. Maybe you didn't catch that part. So those JWs, I think they're believing that Jesus died for them. I don't know if they're that confused, but I don't think they're trusting the doctrines of men. Well, maybe they are. But not dispensationalism and sacrifice as much as you. And dear Mr. Gene Kim, if the light in you is dark, how great is that dark doctor? Because Jesus was homeless, and he learned by 13 that you can blaspheme as soon as you know God and become such a know-it-all you can't see him work anymore because you can't hear him because, kind of like King Saul, he became such a know-it-all that he left. And now you're just stuck with that witch Endor. Hey, can we get Samuel? Let's get him. Come on. I need the Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. He's a good actor, that angel. I'm holy. Aren't you holy? Don't let that guy smoke. He's evil. Don't listen to him. He's a dirty one. Homeless, I bet. See, that's the thing. You sound kind of like that know-it-all type with that yeast that knows everybody else is wrong but you. And all of Paul's letters, they seem to be written personally to your 4-walled church, Dr. Gene Kim. I thought it was written to the Corinthians and the Ephesians, and we have many of those churches right now that are all mixed up, and they're all messed up with grace to you. And don't you, or do you point at John MacArthur as one of the wrong ones too, but you're the right one. So, Dr. Gene Kim, I think JWs might be way better off than you. Because if you're a teacher, and you will be judged much harsher than the rest of us. And what are you holding on to? Because if your talents, that's the talent, well, those JWs might be a little pushy and go door to door too much and maybe proselytize. But I don't know if they're making twice the sons of hell as yourself, because, well, you're right. You might be way up there on that one. You got it down because, wow, you're such a know-it-all. It's amazing. And Paul did say, beware of those young men, because they can get trapped in that arrogance like Lucifer. So how does your Trinity work? And are you mocking the omnipresent, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient? Yes, he knows all things and he sees all things. And oh yeah, he's omnipresent. So how does that Holy Ghost thing, how does that dividing work with your Holy Ghost and your Jesus, God? Is that what you say? God? He's a God? But he never claimed to be God, Son of God. And there is stuff in the Bible that we all could become sons of God. Not that we are once we trust your doctrines of men that make sons of hell. See, Dr. Gene Kim, and one of the things you may never learned in all your doctrines of men that make sons of hell, like dispensationalism, which I studied quite well. See, the problem with that is the Bible doesn't say anyone goes to hell or to heaven. Talks a lot about hellfire, though, and that lightning sand to glass show fits real well with that lake of fire, which was 7 seas, but right now it's 7 seas of living lies, but they'll be dead quite soon. So it's good to pick your side if you really like that sacrifice. You might want to talk more about that and what that really means and who that pig might be. Is it all the Gentile church that are mostly blasphemers? I don't know. Just do tell. I'd like to know what your views on blasphemy are, because I don't see JWs doing it much, but wow, I think Christians might be doing it way more.